Hi there, welcome back to a new video. It's going to be a chatty one today.
It is, yes, and it's a Q&A.
Yes, it is.
So we put out on Instagram just ask us anything, whether it be about our trip or anything really. So got some questions, so we're just going to go through some of those and answer as many as we can. So yeah.
You're in charge of the questions.
Shall I just start? Obviously, because I've got my phone. First one, which was quite good, from Lauren White. We'll try and mention people's names as much as we can, or user accounts who send them in. So yeah, so Lauren asked, what ride are you most excited to go on? Anything new or new rides you haven't done before?
Oh, by the way, welcome to our channel if you're new.
Oh yeah, sorry.
We are currently, when this video goes up, we will be in Orlando. So we're very excited. It's currently 3 days before we go as we're filming this.
Yep.
That was a good question of Lauren. What are you most excited for?
I think Chandler's is obviously the one I'm looking forward to going on,
Okay.
as in new that we
yeah.
haven't done before. But I think in regard to excited for rides, it still has to be Guardians.
Me too.
100% all the way. So
what's the song that you most hope you get?
I don't know. I mean, our first one was Disco Inferno, so I kind of love that one. I also was really surprised with Tears for Fears.
I was going to say the same. Yeah.
Everyone, is it everyone or everybody wants to rule the world?
Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
me too. I feel exactly the same.
Yeah.
I'd like to do Tron at night as well. That would be cool if we could do that.
That's another one here from Lauren as well. Well, a couple here actually. Are you doing Universal this trip?
Yes.
Yes.
We shared a trip plans thing,
Yes.
didn't we? So with everything coming up, so we will link that up if you haven't seen that.
Yeah. Yes, so we're looking forward to that, and we're staying over as well. So yeah, go and check out that video as well, because it does explain a little bit more about what we're up to.
Yeah.
Will you be doing any Disney resort hopping this trip?
Oh yes.
Definitely. If you follow along with us, you know that we do love resort hopping, visiting the resorts, just a wander around, something to eat, something to drink. So that's a real big part. Also a break from the parks as well, isn't it? So
yeah, and we're going to be taking to the family to some resorts that they haven't been to. We haven't been to every single resort yet either.
no, we haven't.
There's still
so
some resorts we've never
we're
been to.
going to be doing some other bits and pieces, hopefully.
Yeah.
So
Oh, and by the way, if you're not following along, you can go and find us on Instagram as well.
Yes.
It's Aiden Lisa. I'll leave the link down below for you.
now, Mary Poppins Carpet Bag has asked, are you going to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party? That's a simple no. We've done it before. We've done it a few times before, haven't we?
Back in the day when it was $35 a ticket.
And also when it was
A bit quieter. It's just become really overhyped.
yeah, I'd always say to somebody, whenever someone said, should we do it? And I always say, if you've not do it. But just also say the fact of we've done it, but we won't be, I'll say never doing it again.
I'll do it again in the future.
I don't know, when we did it, it was like the candy trails. It was exciting. It just felt
it
kind of
probably
like.
still is for people, isn't
But
it?
no. But the one thing that got me was when they started changing things, and it's like where Stitch.
Yeah, but if you've never done it before, previous,
you wouldn't know. I know that. I know, but it felt really kind of. It felt fun.
Quieter as well.
It was quieter, whereas some of the queues for the candy trails
Yeah.
are kind of like queuing for a ride now.
Yeah.
Whereas before, going to Pirates, a couple of minutes there, you're done. And especially when you've got kids, it's really exciting. You're not waiting 20 minutes to get a handful of candy. But Mickey's Not So Scary. It is a great night. You've got the parade.
The parades are amazing.
Doing the rides. It is amazing. So don't get me wrong. I just think it's also for us, having done it before, can't justify spending the cost that it is now. I think it is just way overpriced. But whilst people still pay for it, that price will never come down. So, as I say, we paid for 4 of us the same price as one ticket now. That wasn't too long ago either, really.
I feel very fortunate though that we were able to do that.
Yeah, so we're not, but anyone that does, you're going to have an amazing time. But it's just, I think, yeah, not for us at the moment. Let's see what else there is.
We've decided we're not answering Lee's question, have we?
Exactly, yes. Shame on you, Lee.
It's not that type of video.
Megan Rose has asked, what adventures do you have planned for next year?
A bit more tasteful, that one, isn't
It
it?
is, yeah. That's such a nice question from Megan there.
Yeah, well done, Megan.
So what plans? Do we want to touch on some of our plans at the moment?
We've got 2 trips booked so far.
So far?
Yeah. Doing a Florida trip for my birthday.
And Germany trip.
With the kids.
Yeah, later in the year.
One that was postponed. We had it booked for...
Last year.
No, it was the year before. Because it was when my brother got married.
Yeah, last year.
No, it was the year before. Was it last year?
Yeah, the year last June.
Wow.
Yeah, it's only about 14 months ago.
Yeah, we had it all booked and then my brother planned that way. I guess, no, it probably would have... Yeah, it would have been the year before that we booked it.
Yeah.
Because then okay. I was thinking because it seemed ages ago.
Yeah.
And we had to cancel it all because my brother got married that weekend. And so we've managed to get the same accommodation, everything. So we're really excited. So we're doing that. But we'll share more details next year.
We've got some other things we'd like to do as well, whether they're going to be next year or the year after. So, but we will see. But that's so far what we've got there.
It's quite exciting.
What's on your Florida shopping list? A new Loungefly?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm done with Loungefly now. Don't look at me like that. I am.
Gives me an excuse to buy something.
You're the one that always pushes me. You're the worst.
For me, I don't really have too much on my list actually.
A crappy t-shirt?
Yeah, in actual fact, I've been really disappointed with Disney t-shirts the last few trips. The quality doesn't seem to be great. But we picked some up actually from, funnily enough, like the roadside, like gas stations. You know the citrus, where they've got the fruit outside, and they're just sort of 3 for $12 kind of thing. Got this really cool St. Augustine t-shirt, and some others. You got a really cool Florida one, didn't you?
Yeah, I love it.
And they've actually, I think, washed far better than the Disney ones. And I'm not saying I won't be getting any. I always do like having a look, but last few trips, there's not really anything that's really taken my fancy. Probably some sweet treats, M&Ms. Friends of ours sent a box over to us, Cliff and Glenn, a while ago, again with a selection of treats. And I've not had peanut butter M&Ms for a long time. And I realised how much I missed them, so I might get some of those. And also, what else was in that box? Something that is the top of the list of new snacks that we absolutely love.
We're going to be hunting for Reese's popcorn.
Oh, it is so nice. If you like Reese's, look for Reese's popcorn. There's something just, it's really nice.
Good. And I've got some spices, a few bits and pieces on my list. Oh, also my little Mickey timer. I use it all the time for baking. And it's just a little Mickey that's on a little timer thing, and that's the bell's gone on that. So I'd like to replace that. And maybe a wooden board, like chopping board, just to go on display, maybe a food and wine one or something.
Yeah, and that kind of relates to a question from Vicky Fisk. What food are you planning on buying to bring back as well? So we spoke about the sweet treats.
We also buy Sweet Baby Ray's to bring back, the buffalo sauce. You and Louis. Louis is giving us a shopping list actually. He wants some tops as well, doesn't he?
Yeah,
the American Eagle.
This was food.
Oh, sorry, food. Can't eat t-shirts.
No, can't eat, well. But you like your spices, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, and things like that. So,
anything bacon
but generally about things coming back, if we see t-shirts that we like,
can't eat those.
No, but I'm saying generally everything else. I've kind of asked. There's 2 questions there. So.
Sorry.
Yeah, maybe t-shirts. I generally try maybe bring a hoodie back. It's just purely because they're really. The last time we got that American Eagle one was about $20. It was half price, so
it's really nice.
They're really nice as well. They're really soft.
And you forced me to buy one, and I really didn't want it, and I'm so glad you did because I love it.
Thank you. How many times have you done things where Lisa will go there and think, oh no, I don't want that, and then a week later, I wish I'd got that. Trying to think, how would you say that? Arrogant Sarah, are you staying on site at Disney? For the first week we are. We're staying at the Riviera. Being DVC members, we've got a week of the Riviera. We're so excited for staying there. We did stay there last year for 3 nights, but we've got the whole week there. Sometimes with DVC it's tricky to actually get a whole week or your whole stay.
Yeah, that's true. So you just have to grab what you can take.
So you'll see sometimes we might go from one to another. That's sometimes not by choice. It's just literally what we're able to get.
Just grateful that we can get something.
Yeah, sometimes it'll be 2 nights here, 1 night here, 3 nights there. That's sometimes how it can go. But we are so looking forward just to being in the same place. but also the family are at the Caribbean, so that makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
Linda Jane 64, love your photos. Do you use a filter or preset? Not really. I went through a phase of using Photoshop just to edit on the iPhone. I always used to take my photos with my SLR camera, my digital SLR, and I would carry that round the parks religiously every single time. I haven't done that the last few trips, just had my phone, but what I do edit the photos, but there's no filter or preset, it's just what I edit myself. Literally takes about 30 seconds to do so.
I like to overexpose mine. I like to really brighten them up.
You like the look of yours, whereas mine, I've got a few things.
Yours are a bit more dull. They are. I like the real bright.
Mine are bright as well. Most of the photos are mine that are on there.
On this one?
Yeah, on this one, yeah.
On my one, then.
Yeah, so no, it's just a quick edit. I like to try and keep mine as, well, reasonably realistic, but they've got a bit of pop to them, so. If you had to choose, this is Nicola Smith, if you had to choose who is your favourite Disney character and also have the most amazing time, thank you Nicola, I'm sure we will, but yeah, who would be your favourite Disney character? And I think there's two parts to this, because Disney character to me or Disney character overall?
Mine's Remy. I wish we could meet Remy.
We spoke about this yesterday.
Yeah, I'd really like to cuddle him. I bet he'd be really soft. I bet he'd feel like cuddling eel.
I think he'd just be...
Do you think he'd smell of cheese?
I don't know. I just think he'd be like Roland Rat.
No, he'd be like cuddling.
Nothing wrong with Roland Rat, but because Remy obviously is tiny.
Yeah, I know, but he's a bit nicer looking than Roland Rat.
He is.
Roland Rat looks like he's come out of the sewers.
He does actually, yeah.
Remy looks like he's come out of.
But like a life size would be tiny, but for him to be a full character, that's what I mean.
It'd be so nice. Oh. I'd love that. Yeah, Remy's my favourite.
I think for me, Chip and Dale, they're definitely the most my favourite characters to meet. Actual favourite Disney character though probably has to be Donald Duck though.
Why?
Always has been. Just for some reason, no reason.
Okay.
I don't know. Funny enough, I was chatting about this yesterday. Nickname at school used to be Donald.
For you? Why?
I had really, really white hair.
Oh, I never knew that.
It was so... Well, I mean, my hair's so dark. I mean, obviously people probably think it's quite light now, but it literally was white. And so it was a bit
starting
sort
to
of...
go a little bit white now.
Going white again, yeah. Thank you. No, I was chatting to yesterday actually, about it yesterday. So, yeah, so it looks a bit of a mess, a bit like Donald Duck. So
that's
it used to be called Donald.
Interesting.
I used to have food. Have you ever considered, this is from Dolly Mac, have you ever considered road tripping from Disneyland to Disney World? Well, funny you should say that, yes. Okay, next question. It's been on our list, and I think pre-COVID we had it planned. Well, a couple of things, either a Route 66 type trip, or a Disney to Disney.
We actually nearly did it in 2019. We had it all mapped out and the route done, and then we didn't do it. Yeah,
but that was literally with a day's notice, wasn't it?
Because our flight got cancelled. We've spoken about this before.
Yeah, our flight got cancelled in 2019 when we were in California, and we had...
it was from LA to
Orlando. And we were staying a week in Orlando because it was easier to get flights home from Orlando than it was LA, funny enough. But yeah, because of the storm in Orlando, the airports were shutting. So we thought, why not spend a few days to maybe drive across? But we didn't in the end. We managed to change our flight.
Tampa stayed open, so we flew into Tampa instead.
Yeah, so we had to change our flights. But that was probably the fastest road trip we planned. It was about 24 hours, wasn't it?
We had it all sorted.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we are discussing it. We've got our 50th birthdays coming up, so it is in talks at the moment, because it was something we'd always planned for our 50th to do Route 66, but so much of that over the time has closed down.
Yeah, there's not as much there, and there are some still historic parts, but it's not the same, I don't think.
So we wondered about doing a little bit of that and then continuing over to Orlando.
And there's some parts as well with some of the other road trips we've done, like across the States, that there's areas we've seen that we'd like to go to that we haven't yet, and places to stop off. So by doing the Disney to Disney, it kind of gives us a bit of flexibility of what route we want to take. So that's definitely on the cards. So just got to plan when and how. So yeah, definitely.
We'd really like to do that. It's also for you getting the time off work as well, because it's not something you want to rush. So that sort of factors in as well.
The Girl Who Loves the Mouse. I'd love to see a vlog on the new Lightning Lane multi-pass, and I'd like to use it in November. Okay, so when they brought out Lightning Lane, we did on one of our trips actually use it, didn't we? Just to see exactly how it...
But that was Genie Plus,
Genie Plus, yeah. Sorry, Genie Plus. Yeah,
so this is the new Lightning Lane. I don't know if we're going to be using it, to be honest. The crowd levels are low when we're going, so we'll play it by ear.
We have tried to do things before to use them to see how they've worked, because I know with Genie Plus,
it was stacking them in the evening, wasn't it?
We found that worked for us, because we used it during the day one time, and it was actually, we got on like 2 rides.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. The crowd levels are quite low. However, when we go next year, we're going a busier time, so it may well be that we use it then. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Interesting to see other people's feedback on that one as well, how they're finding it if
it's
they use it. It's
difficult, isn't it, though, because you're going to get, if you're going when the crowd levels are really low, you're going to get a completely different experience to when it's really busy. So it will vary, won't it? Well, that's how it was with Genie Plus.
Little Miss Naughty 76. When does your holiday start? Mine is when we're on our way to the airport hotel the day before.
I agree with that.
And that's the same thing. In actual fact, it's the moment we get picked up from the house. I think that's kind of when it starts. And then when you get to the hotel, that's kind of when it really...
There's no going back.
I just think it's almost like it started now. I think the moment you're still at home, you're always still...
There's things
something to be done.
Yeah, I agree with
Definitely with us. So I think the moment we get picked up, it's almost like you've got your cases, you've got your hand luggage, that's it. That's your life for the next, whilst you're on holiday. And getting checked into that room is just like, that's it. Yeah. It's the start. It's bee salmon. Favourite quick dinner. So I assume that means like a quick serve, if you're meaning in the parks. So what's your favourite quick serve?
I think Primo Piatto maybe at the Riviera.
Yes, I was actually thinking about my favourite food at one.
What's your favourite food?
Well, I was thinking of a few things first of all. You cannot beat the classic Disney chicken strips and fries.
Chicken tenders.
There's something that just really hits the spot with those, especially if you're needing something to eat. They kind of just, we tend to share one and maybe grab something else or another one later on, a few hours later. We love that. Go on, Primo
Piatto.
Yeah, that probably overall is I think
my favourite location for one, and the choice and just the whole feel of the place.
And everything we've had in there, we've loved, haven't we?
Yeah, that's true.
There's a nice selection there. The pizzas there are so nice. Just the plain cheese and tomato actually has proper nice pieces of almost like beef tomato slices on it. You had did you have the
veggie wrap? Yeah, that
no,
was
you also had who had the lasagna?
That was Charlie.
He had that. That was good. I've had a burger there.
We've had a bit of everything.
Croque monsieur has been very nice. So I think that in regard to location, I think some of the value resorts are very good as well. So
had good chili before.
Yeah. Top tips for booking a first Disneyland Paris trip.
Aww.
Or what would you do? Where would you start?
I know a good travel agent.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh. Message us. That was also from It's Bee Salmon.
I'd have go and watch some vlogs, decide where you want to stay, whether you want to stay on site, off site, what time of year.
Yeah.
Do your research first.
I think the start for 10 is where you want to stay. For us, when we've gone, we've stayed on site because we knew that we literally wanted to be in walking distance of the park. So that meant we could come back to our room and it was only 15 minutes to walk back.
I love staying on site there.
Yeah, whereas of course, even if you're staying nearby, yes, you could still be in walking distance or a shuttle or a bus.
For us, paying a bit more is really worth it to stay on site. You just get such a feeling there.
Yeah, and also I think makes your trip so much easier, doesn't it? So, but each their own. We're not saying
the extra time to go in the mornings as well,
and especially when you're there, maybe just for 2 or 3 days,
and just be able to walk back and have a bit of a rest in the afternoon as well before going out again in the evening.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, send us a message, and any questions, more than happy to help and advise as well. Or that's obviously our opinion anyway on things. So, but from June B, what is the one thing that you're looking forward to at Disney this time?
Oh, hi Anne-Marie. Family time, I think, actually. I'm really looking forward to just hanging out with my mum and sister.
Yeah.
And spending that time with you. I feel it's been a really manic year. I said this in the car to you yesterday. I'm just looking forward to 3 weeks of just being with you and not having to set alarms in the morning and just be crazy manic all the time.
Yeah, I think that's right. Actually, I feel this is just, it feels a long time coming.
And lots of good food.
Yeah, so lots of just relaxing,
sunshine,
busy times, just fun, food, drink, downtime, just everything really. Just the time just to enjoy.
I agree.
So, ever after ADV. Who are you flying with this trip, and where are you staying? We're flying with Virgin, mainly because of the collecting miles. So if you follow along with us, you'll know that we collect our miles, and we got a companion seat, so it just makes it far easier
and cheaper.
So yeah, we're flying with Virgin, flying into Orlando. We have flown into Tampa before, but this time it's Orlando. Finding that Tampa flight seems to be a lot late. It's late, isn't it?
We wanted to go with the family as well this time, so we're on the same flight as them. Whereas last time we couldn't get a miles flight to get.
And it's the early flight as well, so it's like the 9:20 flight. So we should get there. It almost feels a bit old school getting into Orlando at a reasonable time.
Yeah,
so
that's true,
fingers crossed.
Yeah.
And where are we staying? First week we are staying at Riviera, which we mentioned earlier, and then we've got 2 weeks in a villa. So yeah, really excited for that. And we've got one from Kerry here as well. Says, have a great time, might even bump into you.
Oh, if anyone does, just say hi.
Yes, yeah, so Kerry, if we're there, message us, and it'll be good to see you again. Hope you're doing okay as well. And yeah, so I think that really is most of the questions there.
There's a few we haven't got around to, but this video is probably getting really long now.
Yeah, exactly. So we just wanted to do a few sort of quick fire sort of questions on that, but thank you for those. It's nice to do a bit of a Q&A. Maybe we'll do another one when we get back.
Yeah.
So,
and if that we do, Lee, we do not want any more questions from you like that. Thank you.
Yes. Should we do a separate video just for his questions?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Thank you for watching, everyone. And if you don't subscribe, please subscribe. And yeah, thank you for watching.
See you in the next one.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.